and welcome. You're watching Head to Head. I'm Antonina Antosha with UATV. President Poroshenko has introduced two urgent bills to the parliament. The proposed bills outline a framework for reintegrating Donbas in light of the failure of the Minsk Accords. They explicitly name Russia as the aggressor responsible for the fighting in the east of Ukraine. The discussion of the bill got out of hand in the Ukrainian Parliament. As a result, no decision on the bills has been made. So what is the fate of the bills now? We're joined in the studio today by Oleksiy Mushak. He's a deputy of the Verkhovna Rada of Ukraine. Hello, and thank you for coming.
Hello, Tanya. Thanks for
inviting. All right, so concerning those two bills, what are they about?
First of all, the discussion about the Crimea and the occupied Donetsk and Lugansk region.
That's one bill?
Yeah, but it's a long discussion because, as I remember, my colleague started the discussion maybe 1.5 years ago, and it was registered two alternative law from the group of deputy, and this week also President also passed his vision about this two problems. There are two laws. One is to continue the previous law which was adopted by the last Rada in 2014. Now this law doesn't work, but it's a way to solve this problem in a peace way.
So it's a stage, it's a pre-stage.
So we continue, we prolong this law and show that if Russia will also do some peaceful steps, we are ready to make the same.
Just to be clear, if this bill concerning the Russia's aggression is made into law, does that mean that Ukraine will acknowledge the fact that two of its territories were occupied?
Yeah.
Well, the Crimea was allegedly legally annexed, but Donbas is also occupied. Well, basically, it's illegally annexed.
Yeah.
So.
Now we have a decision of Verkhovna Rada, but it's not a law. It's decision of Verkhovna Rada that Russian Federation is aggressor. Today we adopted this law in a first reading, and I think that we will have maybe half of year discussion about some details and specific of this law. For example, if you say about aggression, we should set the date of aggression, because in another case it will be very general determination. It's first.
So you mean just the starting day,
the
or
starting
the days?
Date. No, the starting day. The starting day. When Russia start, with Crimea is obvious, but with some Donbas. Why is so important? Because, for example, American company like Cargill or Europe company like Müller, it's a beer company, has a plant on occupied territory. And due to some agreement which Ukraine signed with America and, for example, EU, we have safe investment from this company. And if they come to the court, Ukraine should pay for these losses. But if we put this law, we'll say that it's not responsibility of Ukraine, it's responsibility.
It's Russia's responsibility.
It's Russia's responsibility. But to make this totally clear, we should set the date when it happened. Because, for example, 1 or 2 days, if, for example, Cargill lose his plant 3 days before we set the date of aggression, it means that Ukraine should be responsible. Yeah, so there are some details which should be very clearly, and I also think that they adopted this law in a second reading. In a final reading will also strong depends on position of Russia position, and it strong depends on result of election in Russia also.
Okay, let's just say that those two bills are made into law. What happens next with the situation in the eastern Ukraine and with Crimea?
I think that in effect it's not be some huge changes, but for example, we will save our army from some also investigation, because now we are on a very sick ice. Because, for example, what's the reason to use army in a peace time?
Yes.
What's the reason? Yeah. Now it's some decision, but it's on a how it will be. I think on a birth of legislation. We should clarify it very in a very good way to save our army.
Thank you so much for your comments.
Yeah.
That was Oleksiy Mushak. He's a deputy of Ukraine's Verkhovna Rada. Thank you so much for watching and goodbye.